Yeah.
Away from
yeah.
your breath.
Yeah.
Keep it away
Okay,
from
all right, I think we're...
Right.
Take
Thank
it
you.
away.
Yeah, right to go.
Take it away,
Yeah,
Scott.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. This is Scott Meier reporting for Regen TV from lovely Larrakia Country here in Darwin. We've just come from excellent plenary sessions. Yesterday, I had the privilege to be involved in the discussions with respect to the Restoring Decade Alliance. It was a vibrant conversation. We were able to get stuff down on paper. The tablecloths were littered with drawings and ideas. They'll be collected. The information will be collated. We had, I'm getting the restoration plan for Australia. That's right. I'm getting reminded of what it was all about. But I'd like to pass on a little bit now to some of the other people that have been here from AABR, and they're in attendance, and they've got some observations. Here's Sally.
Hello. Yesterday I attended Jen Ford's from EcoShores presentation about the salt marsh community that she has been involved with restoring using assisted natural regeneration. I found it very exciting and informative to see her presentation, as it was the first one I've seen featuring assisted natural regen.
Hello, Suzanne, Pritchard. The plenary this morning was on Indigenous-led restoration programs, and we saw a really inspiring story of Taranaki in Aotearoa, is that right? About the handbag that has just happened on the 1st of September. That Taranaki has its own identity, and the cultural connections back to land are being rewritten into new management plan. And also the other speaker was from Madagascar, talking about blue carbon potential of restoration of mangroves. They've planted 14 million mangroves, and now the community is waiting to try and see what returns they'll be getting on this new land management, which is not only supporting the restoration of the fisheries, but also hopefully an income. But the legalities haven't caught up yet. So really great work.
Thank you. One of the highlights for me yesterday was the film festival. There was a number of short films that were very inspiring, and in particular the winner of the film series was on a story about kelp forest restoration, mainly in Korea. And what it highlighted to me was the importance of people being connected with country in restoration activities and in the conservation of wildlife, whether it be aquatic or terrestrial, is incredibly important. I think if humans weren't to be on this planet, then it would be to the detriment of nature in some respects, because although we have an incredible impact on this planet, we equally have the same potential to work with nature in a powerful way that will restore it over the coming decades.
I was just going to say, I spent the morning in the session, the RDA Restoration. What's the D for? The RDA is the Restoration Decade Alliance, which is about 21 groups of people in Australia, I think government, non-government, all of those sort of things, who are trying to have input into the UN Decade of Restoration. And so they're looking at doing this plan for restoration, Australian restoration, which is, as far as I gather, I wasn't at the workshop, sort of all-encompassing, trying to get governments high up interested, and someone suggested a Royal Commission. So yes, at the moment they're sort of going through these workshops, which I didn't go to, that Scott did. So, but that was interesting, looking at what they're trying to do. Big job. Anyone else?
In the sense that, the scale of restoration that needs to happen in terms of recovery is huge, and with assisted regeneration you're getting a huge amount of leverage in that recovery process, and I think that is worth highlighting to greater audiences, just where to spend our time, our energy and our efforts to maximise outcomes.
So I guess the thing about assisted natural regeneration is that you're actually giving nature a chance to participate in the process, whereas with planting, it's still very much people are controlling the shots. So I think that's where that's certainly where the value is. If we want to work with nature, we've got to give nature the opportunity to do its thing as well.
Sorry, was there? I'm going on. There was one yesterday on a thing on climate change, and I think it was it Paul who got up and said, no, it was someone else. When people they had been asked by someone, I think it might have been an Australian one, when they were revegetating, to collect things from outside their local area for planting because of climate change. And someone did get up and say, I really don't like... It was you?
Oh, that was at the yarning circle.
Yeah.
That was at the
the
yarning
concept.
circle when...
The concept of
No, it was Damien Cook, I think.
Yeah,
there
right.
was a question
yes,
from the
That's
Indigenous
you're right.
people.
It was right. Yes, and I agree with his stance. I mean, it's people trying to predict exactly what's going to happen with climate change, and already half of what happens is not what anybody's predicted.
Yeah.
So trying to put our manipulated ideas into these things is a bit iffy
fraught
to me.
at times.
His classic response was, he said, well, look, if you're going to collect from outside the area, he said, give those seeds to your great-grandchild and let them plant them.
That's right. Yeah.
Which is, Krista, yeah.
Right.
We had the tagline yesterday coming out during the Restoration Decade Alliance roundtable of Restoration Nation. We were talking about marketing. How do you get some of these things across? And the concept of let's perhaps revive the life, be in it, marketing program with an environmental bent. Slip, slop, slap, etc. So we need simple ways to communicate some of these very complex ideas.
You could be like